Nothing in this video is intended as medical advice. You must see a licensed practitioner for any evaluation, treatment, or prescription. Uh, Chris, we didn't talk, did we?
Can you hear me okay, Greg?
I can, yeah.
I've been doing this for about 2 years,
Uh-huh.
and I've had really good results. But I started out at negative 4.75 nearsightedness
Mm-hmm.
diopter, and I don't know where I'm at right now because I haven't been eye tested. But I was wondering if is it so I have just this residual blur, and it's really easy to get the clarity right at this point. I could just like blink and then kind of do like a slight bit of shifting, and I could read road signs and everything really easy right now. But I was just wanted to know, is that something that's kind of common where you have the kind of residual blur that kind of hangs on, and then before you get to the point where it's completely gone, or
Well, yeah,
I
I
was
think
just
it's like
wondering,
so
or it
many,
just
I think
varies.
it's like so many other things, or the engineer in me would say, it's like the asymptote of the curve. It's like at first it seems like it's coming really fast, and then it approaches, but it doesn't seem to get there as fast. And there could be a whole bunch of reasons for that, including human nature. Um, but boy, it sounds like you've had really good success, huh?
Oh yes, yeah, definitely. Well,
Yeah.
one thing I did too is I completely stopped wearing eyeglasses
Hmm.
completely, and I think that right when I first started, and I haven't put them on since, and I think that's helped me a lot too.
Wow, I bet.
Um,
Not everybody can or feels they can pull that off, and it's a sticky wicket. But boy, if you can, that's certainly the pure path.
yeah, I think I when I first started doing it, I kind of learned. I quickly was able to get to the point where I knew how to get these flashes of clear vision, and I actually took a trip without. I said, "Well, okay, I'm going to take this trip. I'm not going to bring my glasses." I ended up in Los Angeles airport without being that nearsighted, and I was like starting to like, okay, this is really bad. I can't see where I'm going or anything, and I was like, I just remembered the relaxation. And then I remembered, okay, what I needed to do, and I was able to look at my flight and see when it departs and all that stuff. But it was just with the
Wow.
clear flashes, and then I got more and more functional with that. Yeah, and then um, so I think after I went through that, I had resolved. I said, well, if I can get through this, then there's like no need to ever put glasses back on again. I made that decision back then. And that was really early on when I first started, and I made that decision right then. I said, I'm not going to wear my glasses no matter what. I'm just going to, make sure that you know, always being safe, but, still just not, I just never did use my glasses since then. And I know it's probably not uh, possible for everybody, but I think well, I mean, for me,
Well,
it seemed like it was the best way to go.
well, thanks for that story, Chris. That's inspiring. I mean, for people listening, most people with a minus 4.75, I don't know, it might not quite qualify as Coke bottle lenses, but I think, that most people would say, wow, that's pretty strong. And you probably couldn't even see the top letter on the eye chart or just barely, right?
I no, I couldn't see if I didn't know it was an E, like it's normally an E at the top of the chart. I couldn't tell you it was an E if I didn't know it was. That's about how bad my eyes were. I was gonna ask one more quick question about the long
Okay.
swing
Sure.
versus the short swing.
Uh-huh.
Um, is the long swing something because I read in one of the books, and I couldn't remember exactly where that was, so I'm a little bit uncertain on this. Is it the long swing something that you kind of um, that that you can do no matter how far you've progressed, or is it something that you should probably do less of and do more of the short swing, because that's the impression that I got from something that I read, and I
Well,
wasn't sure exactly what that was saying.
maybe not that you shouldn't do as much, but you don't need to do as much. But like, it's
Right.
reasons for doing the lung swing are that sometimes it's good to start with the gross, and move into the refined. But another reason is it just feels good to do something rhythmic, and in our culture we don't have very much of that going on. So, I'm just kind of swaying back and forth right now. But it just feels good. And I think it was Margaret Corbett, one of the great Bates teachers. Well, she studied personally with Dr. Bates. I think it was her that said, if you're all stressed up, it's like that's not the time to palm. Oh, I got a palm. So,
Right.
maybe
Yeah.
that's the time to do the lung swing. Back and forth, and so it's like again, it's like rocking the baby. It's like getting you back where you want to be as a human, as a relaxed, happy person, and then palm. So so I think it always
Okay.
has a place, but a lot of people once they get their vision back don't need to continue doing techniques, or they might just like my other half, she um she completely got rid of nearsightedness and reading glasses. But every once in a while, when she's doing taxes, or she was very, a lot of stress when due to family death, and so then her reading got a little tricky, and so she did some techniques to bring it back. So is that helpful?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was. Now that you said that, it reminds me that one of the things that really prompted me, because I've heard about this before, and it was a friend of mine that would he brought this up, and I said, I need to try this because I was, 45 years old, and my close vision was starting to get blurry, and I was realizing I'm going to have to go either get bifocals or I'm going to try doing this. So I got your CDs, and those were really, I mean, those were really great. The ones with all the which one is it? I don't know, but it's the one with it has a lot of you just talking through the different like doing the swinging, the palming, and all that stuff. And so
Is
I
that
started
did you
listening
get
to
the
those, and
one Reclaim Your Eyesight Naturally?
yep, yep, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's the
So
one.
that's
Uh huh.
the
It's
six
got
the
the
six
lady on the
CD
cover.
program. And since you brought it up, I'll mention that usually it's 149 and it's 15% off right now. Plus it has free shipping anywhere worldwide. So thanks for giving me a segue for that, Chris. Um,
Well, I wanted
and
to thank you for doing this, man, because you're really good at what you do, and it's really something that it helps to have like someone like you giving this. Like I first started listening to the audio on the web, but to have somebody like, okay, you got somebody that is coaching you through it. It helps. Not like I've done a lot of it kind of on my own, but it's like I go back to either listen to some of your audio on the web or listen to those CDs or something like that, and from time to time do that because it seems like it really helps me do
awesome,
it, to
awesome.
concentrate on it more and stuff. Yeah. So
Well,
yeah, I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you do.
oh well, thanks. I really appreciate your comments and your success with it. That's fantastic. So okay, um, great. Well, thanks so much. Oh, I didn't. I was going to ask you where are you from. It's just kind of fun to know.
Oklahoma. And
Oklahoma.
Lawton, it's about 80 miles southwest of Oklahoma City.
Okay. Hey, you're a striking range for Colorado. Come to one of our workshops.
Yeah, I'd love to. That would you
Yeah.
got one coming up what in a couple of months or so?
At the end of April, the last weekend of April.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that'd be great if I can manage that.
and then also just to mention to people who are interested, maybe you do other kinds of, Reiki or whatever, or maybe you're just like me, and I was an engineer and doing martial art and all these things. Um, we have a vision coach training and certification program, and if you're interested in that, go to the website and you can learn more, or feel free to give me a call too. So anyway, I did go over a
Right,
little
great.
bit and on time, and wow, I really appreciate your example, Chris. It's really a great way to wrap up. I mean, you're basically somebody who got your vision back, and now you're trying to fine tune, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm real excited about it, and it's a wonderful. I mean, just getting rid of glasses is one thing, but just the experience of it too is like really fascinating, interesting, and I have haven't, as far as getting frustrated and stuff, I haven't really had any of that. It's just like it's just
Cool.
once I really knew and it proved myself what was going on, it just kind of took it just pulled me along. Just the results and stuff just kind of pulled me along. It's not I didn't get frustrated with it at all.
Awesome. Well, thanks for raising the flag here to talk. It's been a delight, Chris. And um,
Well, thank
so,
you, Greg, and I appreciate it, man.
all right. Well, you're the perfect last person tonight. So, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and mute you, and then I'll say a couple of brilliant goodbye things here to everybody. Thanks again, Chris.
All right.
Okay. So, yeah. So again, maybe as we close, you can just remember the synergy. There are a lot of people here at this webinar, and really appreciate people talking and asking personal questions that we could. I hope you feel like we looked at them all together, and uh, and I hope it's giving you some inspiration that wow, you can do this, and every day you can feel some relaxation and you can feel some progress, and not like it's a chore, but that it's something that's going to enrich your life. And again, please check out our website if you're interested in a workshop or training, especially. Let me know if I can answer any questions. And let's see. So maybe tonight as you go to sleep, you can do some palming and put a couple pillows under your elbows and take this into your dreams, because if you do, that's a really creative time. And if you wake up in the morning having had dreams of seeing more clearly, that's like one of the really good signs that your subconscious, your mind, whatever you call it, is ready. So on that note, thanks everybody for coming, and please keep in touch if you like. So I'm going to go ahead and sign us off. This is being recorded, and and I will probably chop it up like into YouTube uh, videos, or somehow make it available again. So, okay. Well, good night, everybody, and thanks for being here.